Hello and welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Today we look at Richard Campbell, 49, and 29-year-old Tomasz Wozniak, both of Waterside on Pear Tree Bridge. Each played a significant role in helping to smuggle millions of pounds worth of Class A drugs into the country, say police. The men were part of a quartet jailed for a total of 50 years. The gang members were caught shipping in around £4 million worth of heroin and cocaine from the Netherlands to a farm in Hertfordshire, disguising the drugs in Jack Daniels packaging or boxes of spider-catching gadgets. Overall, the men are believed to have been behind the importation of almost £60 million worth of drugs before their organised criminal network was dismantled in a joint investigation by the Eastern Regional Special Operations Unit, UK Border Force, the National Crime Agency, Hertfordshire Constabulary and Dutch authorities. The operation marked the biggest ever drugs conspiracy investigation in the history of the ERSOU. The gang's ringleader, Robert Brooks, 50, from Hertford, was jailed for 21 years at St Albans Crown Court. Mr. Brooks pleaded guilty to conspiracy to fraudulently evade the prohibition of importation of a controlled drug of Class A, namely heroin and cocaine, and possession of criminal property. He was supported by the NK-based pair, Mr. Campbell and Mr. Wozniak, the court heard. Mr. Campbell, described in court as Mr. Brooks's right-hand man, received a 13 years and 6 months prison sentence, having pleaded guilty to conspiracy to fraudulently evade the prohibition on the importation of heroin and cocaine. Mr. Wozniak pleaded guilty to conspiracy to supply heroin and cocaine. He was jailed for 6 years and 3 months. Stephen Capp, 56, from Hull, worked as a courier within the organised crime group, and he was jailed for 9 years and 6 months after pleading guilty to possession and conspiracy to supply. The court heard he was arrested on the M25 in December 2019 with 5 kilograms of cocaine hidden in a specialist compartment in his car. Detective Chief Inspector Trevor Davidson from ERSOU said drugs blight our communities in all manner of ways, driving offending from burglary and antisocial behaviour through denied crime and other serious violence. Our aim is to focus on major players involved in drug supply and remove their ability to profit off the misery of others, working alongside law enforcement partners locally and internationally. This was a major partnership operation which we are confident has dismantled an organised criminal network responsible for putting tens of millions of pounds worth of drugs onto our streets. This is just the latest in a number of recent successes to take down some very high-level criminals. Others looking to line their pockets through the illegal drugs trade should be under no illusion that we will relentlessly pursue them and bring them to justice. Investigation by ERSOU, supported by the NCA and Border Force, discovered that between November 2018 and August 2019, 39 deliveries were made to a farm in Hunsdon. 2 of the deliveries were intercepted by UK and Dutch authorities, with 45 kilograms of heroin and 70 kilograms of cocaine being seized. These drugs had a combined wholesale value of between £3 million and £4.2 million. The other 37 deliveries are believed to have contained approximately 350 kilograms of cocaine and 1,485 kilograms of heroin. In total, the organised crime group smuggled Class A drugs with an estimated wholesale value of between £40 million and £58 million into the country in what is Herefordshire's biggest ever drugs conspiracy. A fifth man, Pieter Manison, 50, from Amsterdam, was arrested by Dutch authorities following the seizure of cocaine in Holland. He was since been sentenced to 6 years imprisonment in Holland. Superintendent Matt Thompson from Herefordshire's Serious Crime Command added, this operation, led by ERSOU, supported by the National Crime Agency and Border Force, identified, successfully dismantled a significant organised crime group. In Herefordshire, we are determined to work tirelessly with our partners and the community to identify those engaged in serious criminality, to bring them to justice, but to also ensure that we identify and safeguard those most vulnerable to exploitation from organised crime groups and minimise the impact of drugs and crime within our communities. Yet this is another example of hard work and success we are having throughout Herefordshire to tackle the supply of drugs and associated criminality. So what are your thoughts about this Herefordshire drugs network and how they imported tens of millions of pounds worth of Class A drugs? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay safe. In total, the organised crime group smuggled Class A drugs with an estimated wholesale value of between £40 million and £58 million into the country.